Hi, everybody. It's me, Sharon. Well, let's see. Tuesday, actually, and I'm actually doing a video on Tuesday. Surprise, surprise. Well, let's see. As I said last week, I've been making uh, caps or chemo caps for the cancer hospital where my husband was having his checkups and that, and he had not his surgery there, but he's doing well. We have one more visit to go in May, and that will make 5 years clean. He did have colon cancer, and so far, everything's just hunky-dory. Anyway, the hats I made were, this first one here is a chemo cap, and it's from Red Heart. I'll put the link below for it. But this is what it looks like. It's very pretty. I wouldn't do too many, because it took forever to make this one. It took me a day and a half. It was just terrible, terrible, terrible. Um, this part here is the cap as I actually made separate from the band and the flower, of course. So you make the cap, and the pattern's a little on the confusing side. Um, it's not quite clear, and not like normal red heart patterns. So you make the cap, and you crochet in the front loop, then you crochet in the back loop, and you crochet in the front loop, and you crochet in the back loop for almost the whole hat, almost, until you get to the little brim thing down here, and then it's done just single crochet. But even when you're doing the increases, you have to do a front and a back in the same stitch, and it gets confusing. Then you do this band here separately, and it doesn't. It's a little bit bigger than. Um, I found it was bigger than the hat itself. I realize it has to be a little bit bigger to fit around, but I mean this was just considerable amount. So, and then I made this cute little flower in the pattern that goes in with it, and in the flower, of course, I had. See if I can get my hand steady here. It's a cute little tangerine, orangey kind of rosebud. Sewed this on, and very cute. But when I make hats for the hospital, I like to do a dozen at least. So I didn't want to make something that was just going to take me forever and I was going to get stinking bored. You know what I mean? So I made what they call, this one here is from headhuggers.com, and I'll put the link below. And this one here is a turban style hat, and it comes in two ways to make it. One is a half double crochet, and the other one is like a cluster stitch. The cluster stitch I didn't want to do because it's cool, and you want them to keep their heads warm, especially if they've lost their hair or had chosen to shave. So I made the half double crochet, which that way you don't get these, you don't get all them little holes like you do in a cluster. It's a straight beanie hat. It's from the crown to the bottom is 7.5 inches down this way here, and then you take and you gather up about 7-8 rows. You gather it up, put a stitch in it. I put a little embellishment on it, and voila, you have a turban. I love these things. I think they're so pretty. And I made one in red, and this is done in handicrafter yarn, not yarn, cotton. The same thing we use for when we do, dishcloths and such. And I made it in, this one's in blue, a royal blue. We thought it was black, but it isn't. And I had a nice little black button with a rhinestone embellishment in the middle. Then I made one in purple with a cute little, I have all these little odd buttons. You can't do anything with one button, so I put a purple button on that one. And this one here is a nice blue. It's not going to show up the color it really is. It shows up a nice blue, but it's more like a sea green blue. And it's in the center I put, it's like a brown button. It's almost like a one of those walnut grain buttons in the center. So I've got 4 of them made up so far, but I gotta make a few more before I do. My husband's been buying me a lot of the mill end yarns, cotton. It comes in a bag, it's cotton, and don't know who makes it. So I went on the internet to the Bernat.com and I got a pattern for these oven mitts. They call it. Now, if you want to get rid of a lot of yarn, this is the way to go, because this is 4 strands of cotton yarn together. I used 2 strands of a cream color and 2 strands of it's called red damask or something like that. It's red, country red. And it's just a straight mitt pattern. Put a couple little loopy things on it, and these are oven mitts, and they are so thick. My husband keeps playing with them, pretending that they're sparring gloves. You know, guys. Then, because of Zelda, thank you, Zelda, she sent me the tabs. I was able to finish my purse, and I do believe, I think I have this one sold. I was really surprised because on the internet I went on it, and they were asking $80 for these things. I thought that was a little high, but I think I've got this sold for $65. So I'm surprised. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. This one here is made with, I made this with the handicrafter yarn. So this purse can be washed. Not a problem. You can throw it in the washing machine, then let it dry, hang it up somewhere and let it dry. On this side, I have, see if I can get this. There we go. There. I got red in the center and blue around the outside. And on the other side, I have red on the outside and blue in the center. I did it opposite. And then, of course, I did, where it was blue on the outside, I crocheted around, attached it with the red, and then on the other side, where the blue is on the relevant on the other side, I did a blue around. And this pattern takes approximately 504 or 510 tabs. It takes quite a few. So it is. And then, of course, I watched Claire, Bob Wilson. Thanks, Claire. I watched your tutorial on how to do the I-cord, crochet it. And once I got it started, once I figured out my rhythm, it was quick to make. And I just, and it's not going to stretch this here. So the only thing I have left to do on this is just to put a little piece here, a wraparound, to keep these from separating. Oh, excuse me. Let me take a swallow here. I got a tickle in my throat. So that's what I've done this week. And then hubby went out and he came back the other day. And of course, he's always bringing me home little presents, little surprises, you know, nothing spectacular. But they mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. So he brought me home the new edition of Crochet Today. Yay. And in here, there are a lot of things to do. And one of them being, let's see, I love this Crochet Today because you can go to the back and it shows everything that's in there. See? And it tells me what page to go so I don't have to keep flipping. And I thought this was really cute. This is called the rodeo hat. Isn't that cute? Look at this little boy. He's playing his guitar wearing his rodeo hat. There's a lot of stuff in here. There is a red barn blanket. So let's see what we got. Whoops. Oh. You know what? Maybe if I didn't fold it in half, it would look better. So, very cute. We have a little piggy, amigurumi. I love doing amigurumi. I would do that in a New York minute any day of the week because I just think they're so cute when they're finished. I still have my Mario animals and And something else is this book has a pattern, excuse me, for a man's sweater. It's called an Otis sweater. Now, that's not the surprising fact. Usually when I find patterns for a man, excuse me, um, the patterns are for like up to a size 38 chest. My husband is a very big man, big. Um, he lost a lot of weight when he had his cancer, but afterwards, after the treatment and everything else, he started to put on the weight, which is a bad thing, but it's a good thing. And the the chest measurement in this one here goes up to a 56. Now that's the unusual part, because it starts at 40 and goes to 56. It's a nice pullover that has like a little cable going through the center of it, just below the chest part here, because it's not going to show up in the picture. I know it's not. So, and it's nice. I mean, that's really nice. And then on top of that, there is one called a Gladys cardigan. Now that's for women my size. Okay. Nice, pretty. I don't know if you can see this. It's really seems to be dark in here. I'm very sorry about the lighting. Okay, and this one here is nice because the patterns go from small, medium, large, 1X, 2X, and 3X. Now a 3X is a 57-inch bust. So like it's a nice it's a short sleeved here, so you would wear it over top of a pullover or something. And it doesn't have buttons, it just closes and you use the belt to tie it shut. And you use this, the yarn is a worsted weight number 4. It is a Red Heart boutique. And it uses for anywhere from 5 to 9 skeins. They're 70-gram balls. So this pattern is really beautiful. Now this book was only $6.99 and you get 25 patterns in there. You know, that's not expensive for 25 patterns. What is it worked out to? What, 25 cents a pattern? You know, something like that. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I don't want to keep you too long on this. You know, we don't want it oh, and the other nice thing was I am now a YouTube member or associate. They asked me to join. About a week ago. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but whatever. If anybody can tell me about it, you can let me know because I have no idea. All I know is they've asked me to whatever. There it goes. There's that brain fart thing going on again. Anyways, everybody have a great day. I want to let you go. Oops, lost my color. Okay, I just went black and white. Have a great day, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Alrighty. Bye for now.